Picture a simple truth that changes how you move through the world. When you read people correctly and respond with intention, most obstacles shrink. Many who feel stuck are not crushed by enemies or held back by fate. They trip over confusion, misread signals, and cling to tidy myths about fairness that rarely hold up under pressure. Think of the worker sitting alone after a dismissal, voice trembling as they explain that they followed every instruction. The missing piece was not effort, it was pattern. They did what anyone could predict. Predictability narrows your field of play, invites others to map you, and lets chance push you around. The shift begins when you study conduct as it is, rather than as it ought to be. That perspective, taught for centuries by shrewd observers like Machiavelli, turns fog into contour. From that view, you learn why some advance while others circle the same ground. Write this as a quiet mental note rather than a shout. You shape outcomes when you see human nature clearly and act with care, restraint, and timing. Begin with the mirage of fragility. People often feel powerless because they were trained to avoid risk, to wait for approval, and to perform goodness like a badge that guarantees reward. You hear rules repeated so often that they sound universal. Be agreeable and doors will open. Never cause friction and people will protect you. Work loyally and recognition will arrive on schedule. These scripts comfort, yet they leave you in lines that never move. Look around. The constant yes-givers are still waiting for someone to notice. The conflict avoiders are still hoping silence will be read as virtue. The permission seekers are still asking before they step. Meanwhile, chances pass to those who experiment, who design moves rather than obey routines, who update quickly when they meet resistance. Predictable actors are convenient. Their habits are easy to manage. Their choices are easy to anticipate. If you want to stop being managed by the expectations of others, start noticing the invisible bargains in every setting. Opportunity favors those who adapt without losing their center. This is not a call to cruelty. It is a call to awareness. Social life runs on incentives, fears, pride, and limits. Loyalty thrives when interests align. Respect deepens when competence and backbone appear together. If you rely only on being liked, the bond can fray at the first strain. If you rely only on pressure, people comply in the moment and exit at the first safe chance. What lasts is the mixture of steadiness and boundary, patience and consequence, clarity and restraint. The illusion of weakness begins when you assume the world owes a response to your effort. A manager must see your diligence. A friend must prize your sacrifice. A community must reward your kindness. None of that is guaranteed. When you accept that, you stop waiting and start shaping. You refine your offer. You choose when to give and when to step back. You place your energy where it compounds, rather than where it is drained. Whisper a private line to yourself and keep it. You steer your course. Learn to read people without the filter of your preferences. Disappointment usually begins with projection. You assume the other person values reliability in the same way you do, communicates with the same directness, or interprets silence as patience rather than disinterest. Every person carries private pressures, appetites, and stories that you cannot see. They care, but their care has edges. Under stress, they will count costs and prioritize their own survival. None of this is sinister. It is ordinary. The practical response is not suspicion. It is observation. Track actions more than explanations. Notice what people choose when choices are difficult. Map their true incentives rather than their slogans. When everyone expects flattery, try simple honesty. When most expect blind allegiance, try measured independence. When hesitation fills the room, speak with calm precision. These small reversals shift how others weigh your presence. People respond to consistent signals. Give signals you are willing to keep. Your reactions are a language. They broadcast your stability, your self-trust, and your readiness to handle consequence. Watch how quickly many slide from calm to agitation in small frictions like traffic or delays. Observe the person who rushes to defend every decision at the first hint of critique. The impulse to explain endlessly reads as insecurity. The quick flash of anger reads as loss of control. The frantic scramble to fix what cannot be fixed today reads as poor judgment. Power sits in the pause that separates stimulus from reply. When challenged, pause. When praised, pause. When confused, pause. In that brief stillness, you choose tactics. You do not need to be cold or robotic. You can feel everything and still act with structure. Offer patience when it lowers tension. Offer kindness when it builds durable alliances. Show vulnerability when it earns trust rather than sympathy. Avoid placing your self-worth into every small test. Make your response a decision instead of a reflex. Those who master this habit guide conversations, set tempo, and frame outcomes. Respect and boundaries operate as partners. If you chase affection without limits, people become comfortable taking without asking. If you enforce limits without warmth, people comply while they plan to leave. The durable posture blends reliability with clear lines. You show that your time has weight, your attention has scarcity, and your help has purpose, not infinite supply. You decline without apology when requests do not fit your aims. You step back from patterns that erode your energy. You avoid repetitive favors for those who never reciprocate. You call lateness and broken promises by their names quietly and early rather than after resentment builds. Consistency is the foundation. Fairness is the frame. Integrity is the door. When others see that you are approachable yet firm, they begin to adjust on their own. This is how influence grows without drama. It is not loud. It is steady, legible, and enforced with the same calm tone on good days and bad days. Setbacks or information, betrayal, broken promises, and sly politics all sting. Yet each carries a map if you study it. People reveal their real hierarchy of values when pressure enters the scene. A colleague who claims ownership at the last minute shows you their method. A friend who disappears when you need a witness shows you their risk tolerance. A partner who speaks of future plans but refuses present effort shows you their bargain. Most anguish comes from refusing to believe what the data says. You replay, rationalize, and write kinder interpretations because they feel better in the short term. The wiser path is not bitterness, it is record keeping. Note the pattern. Adjust the role you allow. Remove the task from that person's reach if it requires traits they have not shown. Keep courtesy while changing proximity. The lesson is not that people are bad. The lesson is that patterns announce themselves early. When you accept them, you buy less pain later. There is an art to selective trust. The naive giver loses twice. They lose time to those who will not return it, and they lose confidence when the imbalance eventually hurts. The chronic skeptic also loses twice. They lose allies they could have gained, and they starve their own projects of the cooperation required for scale. Choose the middle path with rigor. Test in small steps. Reward reliability fast and visibly. Withhold privileges from those who have not earned them, not as punishment, but as hygiene. Clarify agreements in writing so memory does not act like a fog. Conservative structure makes generous partnership possible. You can delegate with a clear conscience when incentives are aligned, roles are explicit, and escape hatches are known. You can walk away with minimal fallout when a trial reveals what you needed to see. Judgment improves with reps. You are allowed to be slow at the beginning. You are not allowed to ignore the lesson after it appears twice. Craft your surface carefully. As one observer of statecraft noted long ago, everyone sees the show, few see the backstage. People cannot read your mind. They can only read your posture, your tone, your punctuality, your emotional budget and conflict, your willingness to carry accountability when it is heavy. Curate what you want others to infer. Be direct without sharp edges. Be confident without exhibition. Be modest without erasing your work. Late arrivals, frantic emails, and messy boundaries tell stories you do not intend to tell. So do stability, clear deadlines, and readiness to own failure. You cannot control every judgment, yet you can reduce noise and increase signal. That is enough to tilt outcomes. Plan for fairness, but do not depend on it. Many institutions aim to reward merit. Yet every institution is still run by humans. Subjective preferences, hidden pressures, and small politics remain part of the landscape. Build leverage that does not rely on any single person's favor. Grow skills that translate across contexts. Keep a record of contributions in crisp terms. Make it easy for reasonable evaluators to see what you have done. When you face gatekeeping, decide whether to root around it, win it over with undeniable value, or leave the arena that no longer fits your ambitions. Quiet stubbornness outlives most resistance. The patient builder who keeps laying bricks often wakes up a structure that no one else believed could exist. Train attention on your own instincts. Many drift because they absorb louder voices. They try to match the dress code, pace, jokes, and preferences of whoever acts dominant in the room. A better method is alignment. Know what you want 3 moves ahead. Know the price you will not pay. Know the trade you would make if necessary. When temptation appears, you can smile and pass because you already decided yesterday what today's answer would be. When a conflict reaches your desk, you can de-escalate or escalate because you already mapped the branches. This is not rigidity. It is preparation that makes adaptation faster. You become light on your feet because you have a compass, rather than because you have no direction. Your circle matters. If you keep company with those who treat effort as theater, you will measure yourself by applause. If you keep company with those who treat effort as a tool, you will measure yourself by effect. Find peers who speak plainly. Protect time and share credit. Seek mentors who value outcomes over noise. Help those below you in rank without turning your day into rescue missions. The correct habit is generosity with structure. Offer feedback that is specific. Share playbooks, not platitudes. Protect your warnings. Give introductions that make sense. Decline invitations that do not fit your current build. Your future self will thank you for the dull discipline you kept while others chased novelty. Language shapes perception. The words you use to describe situations will train your responses. If you speak as if you are always the victim of unseen forces, you begin to act like someone without agency. If you speak as if every setback is a field report, you begin to look for variables you can adjust. Replace "they always ignore me" with "my value is not visible to the right people yet." Replace "no one helps me" with "I have not built the coalition this task requires." Replace "the system is rigged" with "the environment is costly. So I will either change it, leave it, or learn the rules that reduce the cost." This language does not sugarcoat. It assigns tasks to you that you can complete. Power grows in small, completed tasks. Emotions are not the enemy. They are signals. Fear warns you of a real risk or a ghost story. Pride tells you where your identity is tied too tightly to external gestures. Envy points toward an unmet desire dressed up as judgment. Gratitude stabilizes you when uncertainty shakes your grip. Use each properly. If fear is real, mitigate the risk. If fear is fantasy, walk through it with a controlled exposure plan. If pride is blocking an apology, apologize so the team can move. If envy is whispering, ask what skill you can develop that would make the whisper lose volume. If gratitude arrives, state it out loud so others know the ledger is not one way. This is quiet strength. You do not pretend to feel nothing. You channel what you feel into choices with upside tactics matter. Set explicit time windows for deep work.